Yay, welcome everybody. Today is Tuesday Mastermind, Speak to Grow. How do you use your voice, your words to grow your business strategically? I believe in not selling, but attracting, right? How can you show up so that people are like, ooh, I need to know more? And so that's what we're all about. It's a mastermind format. And today we're going to talk about, we have the Achieve Business Conference coming up in just a few short weeks, which is very exciting. Who has never been to an Achieve conference before? You both have? Okay, Lou, I think you haven't. And Laura, you probably haven't either as a guest on. So the Achieve conference is happening here in Denver. It's close to the airport. It's June 6th, 7th, and 8th, or is it 7th and 8th? It's Friday, Saturday. Let me just look here again. It's 7th and 8th. 7th is the Power Leads Day. So all day we're going to grow your business strategically by speed networking, essentially is what it is in the morning. And then the afternoon, you're going to have the ability to sit down and do meetings with the other people in the room. We're expecting 200 to 300 people. So it's going to be amazing. If you like connecting with other entrepreneurs, I don't know, do you do business with other entrepreneurs? Then you're going to want to be in the room. And then Saturday, we actually have a handful of keynote speakers. We have a panel. So it's going to be content. This is where experts are going to pour into you to strategically grow your business. So we're going to hit on, leadership and business and sales and marketing. So we're going to hit on all of those topics. And it's going to be super juicy. And yes, that's one of my words, because there's nothing that describes goodness, the content, more than it just being juicy. So with that said, what are the words that you use to describe your business? And are those words the solutions you bring? So I invite you guys, part of what you will get, you all received an email from Miss Vanessa this morning, reminding you of today. So one of the things she's going to do is send an email out with a template, a form, so that you can answer some of these questions in advance, put them in this little format, print them out, and bring it with you to the conference for speed networking. You're going to have, during speed networking, you're going to have a little more than 3 minutes to talk about you and your business. That's not a lot of time. Who thinks that's a lot of time? It's not. You need to pour into the person on the opposite side, so much so strategically, that in 3 minutes, you really share what you're about, so that they're thinking, I can refer you. I want to do business with you. You are somebody my buddy Joe needs to know. Right? So those words matter. I'm going to share with you really quickly. They changed this all again. Where is share? Share. Here we go. I'm sharing screen. Okay. Whoops. Can you see that? Thumbs up. Okay, so this is the little sheet of paper that I created. It's just a Word document. Miss Vanessa is going to give you a template and you can incorporate it. So I answered those questions on here so that when I'm really in front of that person, I can talk about the meat of what I do. But we're going to mastermind about, what problems do you solve? Because that's really where this conversation goes and is impactful for you, is when you can communicate effectively the problem you solve. So for instance, you're going to see on my screen, okay, what I do, the problems I solve, is I teach solutions that empower confidence, improve communication, attract target market, combat the itty bitty shitty committee. Because those of you that know me, you know that those are some of my favorite words, and that people know, when you know what that is, you know what I do. Strategic development for team building and generate income through speaking on any platform. Do you understand what I do?
Yeah.
Okay. So the question is, what problems do you solve? What can you put in there? Okay. So I want you to think about, put your thinking cap on. Some of you may already know exactly what problem you solve. So let's go around, let's round robin it. You will have 2 minutes each to talk about the problems you solve, and to the extent you got it clear and concise, we'll mastermind around it as well, give you some feedback. How does that sound? Mac, I know you're loving this. Yeah, baby. The timer. Okay. So the problems you solve. Who wants to go first? Oh, come on. I will pick, either you'll be voluntold or somebody will volunteer. Lou, you want to go for it?
Yeah, I'll go for it. Thank you.
Okay.
Kathy, I have had the opportunity to do numerous stages this year so far, and my brand is entitled A Wise Word. I speak primarily and generalize, in a sense, about wisdom. I am noted as the voice of generational wisdom, and part of that is because I've been in the workplace for 65 years. Not many people have had that much exposure. And I'm great to see Mac on here, because Mac and I have been communicating, and since I've been here, but my first priority is to share with people about what it takes to be successful in this day and age. And I talk about playing to win instead of playing to keep from losing. I'm a former professional baseball player. I use a lot of athletic jargon if I can. And a lot of that is because there's nowhere where sports ends and life begins. What's successful makes you successful in sports, makes you successful in life. And so I use another term, and I just maybe a little unusual. I have found it's more important to keep from losing than it is to win. And so what we do is we have to understand that so much of our life is spent in, particularly when you're in a competitive environment, is spent between, am I playing to win or am I playing to keep from losing? And playing to win is where it's all about.
Juicy. Okay. Feedback, thoughts. Go ahead, Mac.
In the short while that I've seen Lou, I like what he has to say. One of the things that I've recognized in my own journey is that I'm continuously learning. And, you know, I could pat myself on the back that I've run a business as a commission rep for 50 years, but I still have to keep learning. And having Lou here makes me feel like a kid.
Attaboy, Mac. Hey, you really are compared to me, my friend.
I love it. Any other thoughts before we move on?
I like there's no line between sports and life. But that's an interesting concept.
I thought it was very clear and concise. I've been in 14 different sports in my life, so totally related with me.
I loved it. Go ahead, Laura.
Oh, I was just gonna say the phrase that really resonated for me, Lou, was you gotta play to win, not to keep from losing. Because I can tell you that's how I spent the last 30 years of my life.
Oh, yeah, great. And
Yeah.
what was that doing what, Laura?
Oh, we'll get, this is what you two need to have a conversation offline.
You know what? I'm bad about that, and I apologize, Kathy.
I know.
I want to get involved in a dialogue too quick sometimes. Thank you.
We
I-
could turn this into a 3-hour Zoom.
I'm happy to herd cats. That's part of my job. That's my specialty, is herding cats. All right, so I'm just going to start calling on people to keep this moving. So Jim, you the man, talk to us.
Okay, I figured that was coming. All right, so my brand is startup over 50. I think that the transition from working to retiring is like one of the most significant things that happen in your life. It's one of the maybe most disorienting, maybe the most looked forward to, but I don't think a lot of people don't know what's coming and maybe aren't prepared for it or expect something other than what it is and wind up needing to do something different, kind of realizing that there's no purpose or there's no meaning. And in order to change that, to change direction, to kind of start something new, you need to kind of have a plan. You need somebody who maybe can fill in the parts that you don't know. And that's what Startup Over 50 does, is help people take their idea and create a business out of it, in a type of boot camp format. Having that, first defining what kind of purpose that you want your business to accomplish, and then building off of that to produce everything required to actually make money with your idea. That's it. I kind of ran out of stuff there.
That's awesome. Okay, feedback. Go ahead, Miss Wendy.
It would be nice if it came faster. It kind of felt like you were thinking about your words.
Yeah, I was.
Sure.
Absolutely. I got to get this. It's good to know that this is what I have to work out.
Good. Yes. So make it sound like, and guys, practice this. Really practice what you want to say. You've got 3 minutes. Of that, I really say take a minute and have a good minute spiel, right? Talk to the problems, talk to the solutions, talk to what you do and your unique value, and then you can kind of flow. But yeah, just practice. That's what any speaker does. You practice 100 times and then know that you're going to flub it up. You're not going to be perfect. It's okay. It's about progress, not perfection. So awesome. Thank you, Jim. All right, Mr. Rob.
And mute myself. So yeah, my name is Rob Ratliff. I own a marketing agency called Marketing AI. We work with a lot of smaller businesses who can't necessarily afford the big marketing agencies and aren't necessarily sure what it is that they're doing. We follow what's called a Grow framework. So first, we help you gain more visibility by getting you on YouTube and Google and social media and creating all your ads and templates. Then we re-engage your audience. That's what the R stands for, by sending off emails and chats and keeping in touch with them. Then we work on optimizing your pages for better performance and better conversion so that we can get people to actually pick up the phone and call you. And then the W stands for win more clients. So we feel if you do those things, we'll also record some of your calls, listen to them, let you listen to them, and you can look at maybe what you could have done better to bring them on as a client. So that's the Grow framework, and that's how we help you grow.
Love it. Okay. Thoughts, feedback? Nothing? Come on. All right, Mac.
Yeah, go ahead.
With what I'm doing, I'm recognizing that people need experts. That we cannot be perfect in all the different genres that involve running a successful business. And I think Rob offers that expertise that everybody can use so they don't have to guess if they're doing it correctly.
Love it. All right, Jim, what you got? Or did Jim just?
I was just gonna, I think it needs to be like related to like the problem, like it was, like the problem is finding clients, right? I guess that's like the biggest problem. So how does the Grow framework solve it? Like it was, like to someone who doesn't know what all that is or how that would all work, like in relation to how it fixes it, that might be, like to me, that would like, how effective is this? How does it work? How does it work better than like say just placing ads or something like that? Anyway, that's what I thought while you were saying.
Well, that's the idea, is to pitch it to the point where you ask the next question of how. So I liked his speech and how it came off real easy and it was very clear and concise. And it led to Jim wondering what the next question was.
You might even start with, could you use more clients?
Yeah, that's good.
I love
Yeah.
starting a talk with a question that gets them to say, yeah,
Yeah.
because then they're already in agreement with you. So that's the problem you solve.
I think there's two things. One, do you need more clients? And two, have you worked with marketing agencies before and gotten like 0 results? Because those are the two things that I think people really struggle with who hire us.
And it's not just marketing agencies. Have you ever worked a plan and it failed?
Yeah.
So again, be concise, because we love to add lots of descriptive words into what we're talking about and take 2 minutes to say something it could have taken 30 seconds to say. So have you ever worked a plan and it failed? Did you use more clients? This is a plan that works.
I like
Boom. Like Rob likes to say, boom.
boom.
All right, Mac, talk to us.
People refer to me as a senior enterprise specialist after a 50-year career covering 18 states, selling to brick and mortar stores, and being a commission rep. I had to learn that just because I made money, I couldn't spend money. Because I may make 6 figures this month and make 1 figure next month. I can help people survive the pitfalls of being self-employed, and I have a track record that shows that I survived.
Like it. Okay. Thoughts, feedback?
Short. It was very short and sweet.
That's because Kathy has a timer on me.
So my thought is there's not only are you the example, but also throw in another example, because when we talk about ourselves, there's some value there, but when other people talk about us, there's huge value there. So when you can show not only have I survived the ups and downs of 6 figures, 1 figure, then you know, and Joe over here or Susie over here, you know, I've done this over and over and over again. And that speaks volumes.
Okay, thank you.
It's when you throw in the stories. Any other thoughts, feedback? Awesome. All right, Miss Wendy and Mac, thank you for being so good with, see, it's still going. You still have like 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
Boom. All right, Miss Wendy.
Hi guys, Wendy Watson with TBR Spiritual Health, and I help leaders and small business owners, entrepreneurs to monetize their income. I help them to be able to realize that the spiritual work, along with the business work, is what helps you to vet your clients, vet your business partners, so that you can make more money. And you can, geez, I lost my train of thought. And so that you can improve your bottom line.
Nice. Thoughts, feedback?
How, I was thinking.
Good.
And that's what, so part of like we're gonna have, and Wendy had the, she had a really cool one last time with the little, we were talking earlier about the little half sheets. So when we're doing the speed networking, that gives them the how and the information to then schedule time with you. Because that's the other thing, is you only have, 6 minutes total, right? 3 minutes each, maybe another 30 seconds in there, depending on how, quite honestly, people don't move fast enough. So just plan on 3 minutes. But you can have time then to say, let's meet. Pull out your calendar, use the QR code, and schedule a time there to go into a deeper conversation. You're not going to get business in those 6 minutes, but you are going to get an appointment. So that's what you want to focus on, is getting the appointment to go deeper so that you grow your business. And you learn, even if they are not your ultimate client, they can refer you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Miss Laura. Look, we see your face. Hi, honey.
Hi. I've been fixing my lunch, so that's why I've been off camera. So my name's Laura Williams, and my business is called Whole You Resilience. I am a holistic well-being and empowerment coach. What this means is I use evidence-based applied mindfulness, body, mind, wisdom, and height psychology to empower my clients to experience a better quality of life. The problem I solve is helping my clients learn how to make themselves whole again so they can move forward from survival mode to flow mode to achieve a whole new level of peace and self-actualization that they never thought possible.
Love it. Thank you. Thoughts, feedback?
When you talk about holistic, I often think about holistic from a standpoint of from a medical standpoint. It's used in different contexts. Help me understand that a little bit better, Laura.
Well, instead of using holistic, I could use the word mind, body, spirit. Does that resonate better for you?
Yeah, it does. And I'm not that I have anything wrong. I feel like there's anything wrong with holistic. It's just understanding it's a broad term.
You're muted there, dear. But here's the thing. It did create a question, which is good. So
yeah, no, that's the one I've been wrestling with too. So that I love that. Thank you for that, Lou.
You're welcome.
So what does, you want to explain, and you don't want to give them all the information, and you want to make them know, well, I'd like to feel this way. I'd like more of that, please. How do I do that? Let's schedule a time to talk deeper. So any other thoughts and feedback? Mac.
In the past, you've talked about the meaning of words and how they can be misinterpreted. And I agree with Lou that holistic almost reminds me of my hippie sister that is doing all kinds of what I call foo-foo things, but they work for her, but I don't always understand what it is that she's talking about.
Thank you for that. Because I'm in a community. Yes, it is hippie. Absolutely. And the only people that get holistic are hippie people, but I am in a community where there's I am a very small minority. So the people I'm speaking to are not going to get holistic, and I'm getting that loud and clear. Thank you.
Love that. All right. Awesome. And Miss Carrie Ann, oh, and before we go there, you guys go ahead and pop your contact information in the chat. I want you guys to be able to get together offline, because I know, especially Lou there, buddy, you were asking lots of questions. So if you guys want to get to know people a little bit more, Lou, I think you already put yours in there. So good
Yes,
job.
I have. Kathy, may I'm glad they're going to do this. I have a new release, a book release coming on May the 29th, and I would love to have the opportunity to send a promo piece about the launch, pre-launch that will be coming up. So if anyone's interested, by the way, this is book number 22. I'm excited about it.
Nice. Put it in the chat. Put the information in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
There you go. All right, Miss, I think Carrie Ann, am I saying that right?
Yes.
Hello, Miss Carrie Ann. So I know
Hi.
you hopped on a little bit late. What we're
Yes.
doing here is we are spending 2 minutes to talk about who we are and the problems we solve in preparation for the Achieve Business Conference that's coming up in the first weekend in June. You're the last one. I was giving you time so you would be ready. So you ready to talk about yourself for 2 minutes?
Sure.
All right, tell us who you are and the problems you solve.
Great. My name is Carrie Ann. I am a photographer and I create wall art from our sessions. So instead of just handing you over a digital file and meeting you day of the session, we do a whole process where I do a phone call to get to know who I'm photographing. Then we do a consultation to go over some artwork that you would be interested in and plan for our session accordingly. And then we do our session. We do a consult or an ordering appointment, and then we create wall art from that. So we order the prints for your home. That's basically it.
Nice. All right, thoughts and feedback. Mac.
What I would say to Carrie Ann, my 50-year career is I sold professional photo equipment to stores and worked with Annie Leibovitz and Tony Corbell and Jerry Aviam, and I've got a big following in that arena. We should connect. Not that that says anything about your
Okay.
presentation.
That sounds good. That would be awesome.
Awesome. Any other thoughts, feedback?
All I heard is about how she does it versus what results she provides, what she does, the pain points, all that stuff.
Good ear. That was something I was going to talk about as well.
Yes, I second that one. So I think I would lean into explaining the results and how your clients feel when they get that artwork that you're making for them.
Gotcha. Okay.
The problem they solve is it, like, you know, what do they do with the artwork? Like, what's the purpose of the artwork? You know, to have, whether it's you know, a memento or to have a legacy, right?
Mhm.
So you speak more to that, and not, as entrepreneurs, we love to talk about the process, because that's our juicy, right? That's why we do what we do, because we love the process.
Mhm.
We love pulling information out of it, helping you succeed and doing this for you and all of that. But the person on the other side of the table doesn't give a crap. They want to know what's in it for them.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think along with that is anybody with a cell phone is a photographer anymore. And talking about your specialty, whether it's capturing the wedding or capturing the birth of a first kid, or if you're a nature photographer, being more specific on how you are better than every other photographer out there.
Gotcha. Okay.
I like
Makes
that. Thanks, Max.
sense.
All right. Was that helpful?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, guys. I know we've gone a little bit over, but was this good? Is this setting you up for success?
Always good.
Very good.
Awesome. So you're going to see, just like you got an email today, you're going to see an email from Miss Vanessa with a template for that form that I showed you. I encourage you, I invite you to use that, fill it out, print off some of those so that as you're meeting with people one-to-one, you can share that information so that your speed networking time is focused on the good stuff, right? Does that make sense? Miss Wendy, you have a question?
I just want to back you up on that because I will tell you, you know, having been through a few of these now, having those cards are incredibly important, just those half sheets, and it gives them something tangible to hold on to remember you by, but it also it makes your time more efficient as far as being able to utilize the 3 minutes. Right? If you have to then give them your business info and tell them all these things, where it's like, here's a piece of paper. Now let's get to the nuts and bolts of it since we only have 3 minutes, and let's give each other a referral. So highly recommend doing the little half sheets of paper. And you can just print them out at home and then slice them up.
And then what I use is a QR code that goes to my website, my socials, my calendar, my programs. It goes to all of that so that they get all of that information just from this one little sheet of paper. And I use Linktree. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, go ahead and look up Linktree, Linkttree. It's free because I love free. It is a great use of resource. And then what's beautiful about that is it's one QR code. That QR code never changes, but your links in your Linktree can. So let's say you've got book number 22. You want to put that link on there to buy it. It's on there. And then when book 23 comes out, you can change that link to book 23, but the QR code stays the same. Beautiful.
Good.
Or a QR code. What I've done is use a QR code just to my calendar link, because the whole point is to get them on your calendar. And so after the last one with that, I was able to get like 15 or 20 appointments booked for the following week after conference, just because I had that readily available. And I was like, scan, book now before you leave me.
Yeah. Beautiful. Because if you can take in those 6 minutes, schedule, you know, it's one meeting between the two, you don't have to use 2 calendars, just one, and get you two on the calendar so that you can go deeper. Or even say Friday afternoon or Saturday let's have lunch on Saturday, whatever it is, it's more face-to-face time and go deeper. Business is not going to happen in that speed networking. It's going to happen after. So just set yourself up for success. Any other thoughts, questions? Aha. Mr. Liu.
No, Kathy, thank you very much for doing what you do. You know, it's always an opportunity to learn and to improve and start thinking about what's next. I always like to think about what's next. And so thank you.
Yeah, good stuff.
And there's my number 1 citizen, Mr. Mack.
He is
I owe you a cup of coffee.
the check's in the mail. All right, guys, be sure to save the chat so you have that information. This recording will be published in the Sharing the Shine YouTube channel, which I'll send another link and put that out on Facebook so you and everybody else. Oh, wait, before we go, let us smile, everybody. Thank you. Oh, wait, Laura's there now. Let's get a picture with Laura. Okay, you guys have a great week. I'll see you next Tuesday.